Good morning. Today I am 272.0. Here's how the body's looking. Slowly filling this thing out with just important dates, but always a constant reminder of take advantage of the day. And that's exactly what we're gonna do today. Let's get some breakfast. Apple cider vinegar, Baja Gold sea salt, creatine. Living for today. All right, the nice thing is that I do have some pre-made meal prepped oatmeal with other goodies in it. So I really only need to cook some protein. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right now I'm just plugging in my potential meal. Like, I already have meal prep with the oats, which has some protein powder in it. And then the 5 chicken weenies are just through in the air fryer. I'm just seeing what else I need to make in order to hit at least 50 grams of carbs and 50 grams of protein this morning. Lemon water. That's the stuff. This sweet little treat of a breakfast is 703 calories with 59 grams of protein, 75 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of fat. Eat this, and then I'm gonna head straight to the gym since we're early in the morning. We have half a cup or 40 grams of oats, 50 grams of banana, 100 grams of blueberries, 1 scoop of whey isolate protein, 2 tablespoons of PB Fit, and then on the side is 5 chicken wieners and 5 grams of honey with some pink salt. Some stuff at the gym, but this is my foam row routine, full body, my hooks on the legs, everything you need, you can slow it down, or I have a video on my YouTube channel. Then I worked on some Captain Morgan's to open up my hip flexor on the front of my leg, and then the adductor on the inside of the leg. Next active mobility was the world's greatest stretch. This kind of just opens up the hamstrings. It opens up the adductors as well as the T-spine and calves. And it's just a really good warm-up exercise before honestly any workout to get the body primed. Like if I had to choose one warm-up exercise to do before a workout, it would be this thing. I hit 5 reps on each side and I do about 3 sets. Then to just get my spine all fluidy and motiony, I did some cat-cow. So I breathe in on this part, the cat, knees are shoulder width apart, and I'm really just pushing my hands and knees into the ground and trying to arch up, breathe in, and breathe out as I am dropping the stomach to the floor. 10 reps, 3 sets. My first compound movement today is the belt squat, the heaviest and most demanding thing. I want to start my workouts off with it. Hits the entirety of the legs, and I did 5 sets of 8 reps, working up to like a heavy 3 sets. Then I moved on to some backward sled walks for the quads and knee health, just using the TRX to kind of sustain the weight behind me. And then on the way back, I would actually hold it behind. It's a great chest stretch, and it works the calves and posterior chain. Next exercise is the leg press. Hopped in with a fellow gym bro, so I couldn't film it at the gym, but I did a kickstand leg press where I did 8 reps in this orientation and then switched to the other side. Doing this, you can get more weight on a single leg, but it's less sketchy than actually just having one leg on the machine. Then I isolated the hamstrings with some unilateral hamstring curls. I did 4 sets of 10 reps on each leg on this one. This is a great machine. I wish they had it at every gym. Same with the quad extensions, just great isolating the hamstring and quads. I finished off with 30 minutes of mindful overcoming cardio. I did 30 minutes on 3 incline and 3 speed. I just listened to a podcast, read a book, and just enjoyed the process. The total workout of the day took about an hour and 11 minutes, and I burned 845 total calories, so my Apple Watch says. Wrapped up a great leg day. Gonna rehydrate with some electrolytes. Got sugar-free raspberry lemonade. It's a new flavor, so I decided to try it out. White peach is the best, in my opinion, but this is what we got today. And really all that matters is the results, the functionality of just rehydrating, so my mind doesn't want to pass out. And I think that's a big mental shift with everything. It's just not focusing so much on the taste, what I used to like, what I used to eat, and just focusing on what is best for me right now, what is best for my future health, my current health. And that kind of helps with the mental games of, I don't like this taste, I don't like what I'm doing, this isn't enjoyable. It's just, that's what needs to get done. And I know from experience over time, that turns into habit and just something where it's like, I think it's just so beneficial to not want to do things, to not want to eat things, to not want to drink things, and still do those things, still eat those things, still drink those things. That is what training the mind is. And the mind is the first thing to go, as we know. Whether, it's practice, it's high rocks, it's marathon, it's dieting, the mind is always the first one to drop off the cliff. The body can still go. They say it's like when the mind starts to go, you got like 20-30% left in the tank in your body, and you just have to push through. And it is when I push through and overcome adversity with my mental thinking that I make the most progress. I don't know about y'all, but I like when I'm cooking to have a fresh, clean kitchen. I also like doing stuff while things being done. So while the chicken is getting spiced and cooked in the air fryer, I clean the rest of the kitchen and get ready for what I'm about to make next. Thankfully, I already had rice meal prepped and made, so I just needed to put it in a bowl, weigh it out, and then stick it in the microwave. And then, of course, to set myself up for success the next day, I get the morning drinks ready with the creatine, salt, and apple cider vinegar, and then just stir it so the stuff doesn't just sit on the bottom. But on the side of today's meal, I am doing the kimchi for the gut health. Yes, it is disgusting. It slops out exactly how it tastes. But again, gotta do what we don't want to do when we don't want to do it. Getting ready for a meeting just so I can scarf this meal down and head directly into it when I'm done, and just feeling a little bit of that Peaky Blinders fashion. Got the white button-up tee and then a beautiful gray on top jacket and then gray pants. Chicken breast is a must. And then for this one, I stole an extra teriyaki chicken sauce from Panda Express just to make it that much more edible, I guess, if you will. Said my prayers, said my thanks for just having this meal. I'm going to scarf this meal down before I have a meeting, but the total calories on this meal are 796. There's 94 grams of protein, 70 grams of carbohydrates, and 10 grams of fat. All stemming from 7 ounces of jasmine white rice, 10 ounces of chicken breast, and then a packet of teriyaki sauce, the side of some kimchi, which I'm continually to eat to try and fix some digestion issues. Kimchi is supposedly good for the gut microbiome. It tastes absolutely disgusting. It's spicy. It's just like fermented cabbage and carrots and a bunch of stuff. Again, back to the point, I don't want to eat it, but I'm going to because I'm the boss, not the brain. Yeah, I'm not sure how to picture that of, the brain does make the decisions, but yeah, I'm going to push against it. Anyways, let's eat this, and then I got stuff to do. Sheesh. Today has felt like multiple moons and suns have passed by my eyes, gazed over the glaze, and I'm tired. It has been quite some hours between my last meal, and I meal prep for this reason. Last time I had the meal prep, I had some digestion issues, but we're gonna run it back, see if it was that or something else. We'll let it do the talking. I like this little spot. While that's heating up, honestly, I think I'm gonna crush this meal and then do another 20 minutes of cardio on the treadmill. And I've actually noticed a huge benefit in just walking for 10 minutes at least after eating a meal. It just helps with the digestion process, because you just think it's using the carbs and food immediately instead of just letting it like hit this wall and then slowly trickle down through the digestive system. It starts getting like used immediately, and it's just the engine's pumping, everything's going. So if you have some digestive stuff too, maybe try walking for like 5 to 10 minutes after a meal. I also have about 45 more pounds to lose, so extra cardio is not going to hurt. And I realized it looks like dog food. It looks like you can't even tell what is in here looking at it. It looks like a bowl filled with brown stuff. That's the best way of describing it. But it's protein, fuel, and everything I need in my body, okay? What it really is 10 ounces of ground turkey, 8 ounces of jasmine white rice, and then some onions, peppers, Parmesan cheese, and some Taco Bell mild sauce. Plugging all this in, and immediately sad vibes because I only have 175 calories left for today, but this meal is 726 calories, 64 grams of protein, 65 grams of carbohydrates, and 24 grams of fat. Then I'm gonna magically teleport into some comfy clothes. I got a green sweatsuit. Is that a grout fit? Maybe. But I'm doing my second round of cardio, locking in for 20 minutes, 3.5 incline and 3 speed. Just honestly listen to the headphones, just had them in. And I've just noticed that when I keep it at a less intense volume of output with like 3 speed instead of like 10 and 3 incline instead of 10, it allows me to do a second session of cardio. And that just really helps. I think the more volume that I do, the better. In 20 minutes, I burned 211 calories according to my Apple Watch, and then just gave the old sign off of the day. Another successful one. Super happy about today. Cardio completed. Now, I got a comment from the Sir Jonald, and I was going to comment back, I still am, but I figured I would touch on it. The question is there a particular reason you have to do this challenge in 90 days? Over 3 months, that's kind of crazy. Why not 60 pounds in 6 months? Not hating at all, genuinely curious. Here's a genuine answer. Now, I read this book a few years ago, and I've listened to an audiobook since then. This guy named Grant Cardone. Iffy character in the social media lens. He's kind of like a real estate guy. But I think the concept is simple yet extremely effective. The book is called 10X Mindset. And I think 10X Mindset is, for me, super great at using it on one thing. And listen to the verbiage very clearly. It is great on using it on one thing. It can be used on many things, but I don't use it on multiple things. I pick one specific goal that is trackable using the SMART outline. SMART basically stands for specific, measurable, achievable, or attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And I'm using it for fitness. I think you could use it for finance, for employment, for a multitude of things, but I think that's where you get into the burnout if you use it for multiple sectors. But anyways, it doesn't even directly translate to this goal, because if I 10x'd my goal, like looked at it the other way, in 90 days I'm trying to lose this weight. If I times that by 10, it would be 900 days, which would be like 3 years. And that is also, if it's taking you 3 years to lose 60 pounds, the system ain't working. There's something wrong. But I think it's just taking something that even goes against the SMART goal of achievable or attainable realistically. Like this is possible, which means it is achievable. It is just extremely hard. I have to be very mindful, be very hardworking, dedicated, have extreme discipline and consistency every day. And I think just pushing the ceiling as high as it will go and reaching up and feeling like there's nothing there, I can actually reach higher, is such an important thing for the mental framework of life for me. And just understanding that these walls that I continuously trap myself in of thinking like this is my limit, I keep breaking them down and pushing them further. And that skill, that mental frame that I keep overcoming allows me to just be better in so many other aspects of my life. And so the reason that I chose 60 pounds in 3 months is because it would be extremely hard. It would be way easier for me to say I'm going to lose 60 pounds in a year. That would give me time to have cheat days. That would give me leniency to skip workouts, to not track meals, to skip cardio sessions, to not wake up or not get good sleep. And having this clear, defined goal that seems so hard and challenging allows me to really lock in 100% every single day. And while that is a little tiring and taxing on the mental, I understand that is a 3-month sprint, and I'm still going to carry out the goal, and I'm still going to continue filming after I'm done with this 90-day thing, but that's why I'm doing it. And I think just filming in general, I'm just thinking about the future, and it will continue allowing me to challenge myself and set big goals and chase after them, and then document the experience to maybe help someone, and just even helping myself just stay accountable to them. Like I want to do another High Rocks. I want to do an Ironman one day. I want to run a marathon. I want to hike some crazy mountains. I want to do all this crazy stuff, and it just starts with this one specific goal. I don't have to think about any of that other stuff. I just need to focus on this goal, knock it out of the park, and then I pick the next ball that I want to go take a swing at. Hope this helps. I have hit all of my calories and macros. Realistically, I have 175 left, 24 grams of protein and 16 grams of fat. Sorry for the strobe light, but yeah, 715 left. And I just want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.